Hi, this is Ryan Vaz with PBN Bharat, and we are launching this program called Inspire. Inspire is a podcast that brings established business people onto the set where we can share with others how they have grown their business and how they have scaled up. Today on the set, we have a very interesting gentleman. I've known him as an innovator, as a person who continuously improves and develops his products, his processes, his manufacturing, his style of working. He's constantly learning and growing. He is coming in with 21 years of experience, started two companies, Novacrete and Xfloor, right? And is one of the pioneering companies in flooring, paver blocks, cover blocks, and a lot many other products. He's also an ISO certified company and got his products BIS certified, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's amazing to have Mr. Nitin Desai, founder of Novacrete and Xfloor over here. Welcome to this show, Nitin.
It's my pleasure, Ryan. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, so Nitin, I remember we had a discussion some years back where we were talking about designing your molds for cover blocks.
Correct.
And at that time you were telling me, Ryan, I want to have my first export.
Yes.
How did that happen? I remember 2 months later or 3 months later, then you did the first export.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Can you tell us that story?
So I think the very fact that I went into this new product line was because I knew that this is going to be an exportable product.
Right.
And I know that this product is being exported and there is a lot of demand. Not a lot, but it's a niche segment in the construction industry. And there is a gap in terms of the quality which people are looking for from vendors in India. So I went into this product line because I wanted to make it an exportable product. So
Nice.
that is the reason why I had approached you, I remember, to make models of this product and then make molds out of it. So my first consignment, in fact, was during the COVID period.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when there was the entire business was shut down across the world. I remember 2020 December, I went to UAE.
Wow.
Just as a business meeting a couple of clients, and I got my first order in January of 2021.
Lovely.
So I remember when I went in the flight, I like 4 or 5 those I don't know what test, COVID test. So that PCRT or something like that. So I did those tests, 4 or 5, just to go to Dubai and come back. But then it was all for a good cause in the end, because I got my first consignment and then things kept on moving, and today we are doing quite well in terms of
So did you have to go? Couldn't you have done it without going?
I think initially you need to go and talk to the clients in person. That helps, because when it comes to international business, the business happens first from people to people. It's the person's approach, that trust factor which builds up. I think that helps to get the first order, and then the product comes, and then the company comes, then the price comes.
Brilliant.
But first it's the person.
So
The people to people approach.
Approach.
That's what gives you
So
the business.
we had another guest here, Mr. Lucky Singh, and he, in exactly that sequence, he told exactly the same thing. It's so interesting that the thought process matches, and it is the same across.
Yeah.
He also mentioned that it is important that we travel, meet the people, build a rapport before we start the export business. There is a mindset that Chinese companies are everywhere. We cannot match those prices, and yet you've been able to not just start but scale your business. I remember you started off with 1 container. Today you're in 9 different countries. So how do you beat that challenge?
Look, we are not the cheapest. Let me be very clear about this. And we need not be the cheapest.
Exactly.
When it comes to manufacturing, not just a building material product, but any product, why do we have to look at only as a low cost base for the world?
Right.
Can we not can we not make an iPhone? When we are talking about manufacturing anything in India, we look at the pricing.
Right.
We say we want to be the cheapest. We want
Right.
to, the cheapest phone, the cheapest laptop, the cheapest car.
Hmm.
India has always been talking about the cheapest products
Hmm.
for the world. Why do we have to be like that? Can we not give a good quality product
Right.
and say that this is my price? So my pricing could be a little bit more, but the value what I'm giving to the customer,
Should be better.
that should be
That should
better than what the Chinese give you.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we are, facing competition from Vietnam, from China, in the Middle East market. But then we are still able to grow, and the customers who are using our product are again coming back for more.
Coming back for more. And
In spite of the fact that we have got strict
that
credit
tells the full
terms.
story.
Yes, we got strict credit terms, but we have got good quality. We have got consistent quality, and they know, they've seen, they've used it.
Right.
They have stopped buying from us also,
Right.
For some time, thinking that okay, they will go with the cheaper version of the product, but then they have come back to us.
Can you tell us more about that story? What actually happened?
So what happens is, for a customer, right? What he wants is that it is said that the customer knows everything, but I don't believe in that statement. I believe in the Steve Jobs philosophy when he says that the customer doesn't know anything.
Huh.
Okay, because the customer's demands clashes with your business perspective.
Right.
He wants everything cheap,
Right.
but you want to increase your profits.
Right.
Correct. He wants credit,
Hmm.
but then you don't want your cash flow to get blocked. So he wants a commoditized product.
Right.
Because he wants to buy from Ryan, he wants to buy from Nitin, he wants to buy from XYZ. And he wants them to fight for his order.
Right.
So that he gets the best deal.
Right.
Correct? That is the customer's philosophy.
Right.
So how is he right? How is he right? How does his thinking match with your business?
Right.
So he doesn't know what he wants. He wants the cheapest, he wants a commoditized product. Whereas you want the opposite. So what we do in these situations is, first we stop talking about the price. We say this is our specs. This is spec number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our accreditation. This is the certification which we got. These are the approvals what we got
Right.
from different projects, from different agencies across the world. These are the recommendation letters which we've got from the other customers. And once you're satisfied with it, then they know that, okay, this product has got a value. So the value proposition comes up now, not the pricing. And on that value, we say that, okay, we'll give you a discount. And that is how we get the business.
So how do you quantify this value?
No, this is a perceived value in the customer's mind, right? So if he just looks at the quotation and says that, okay, your product is X amount more than the competition, so then you cannot fight that, you cannot justify it. But the moment you say that, okay, this is the value what I'm giving you, and that value is perceived by the customer,
Right.
that it matters, then he comes down to your price.
Right.
Then he knows that, okay, it's like iPhone, right? We pay extra for an iPhone.
So when we are selling, so what you're basically telling is that when we are selling, and this is for people across the world and across businesses, I think, that when we are selling, we are not negotiating price, we are negotiating value.
Value.
And if we are able to express value,
Correct.
we are able to get better price.
Correct. Absolutely.
Brilliant. That's such an important takeaway for today. 21 years of business, Nitin. You've had 2 companies. What has been your biggest learning in the manufacturing hub? How do you build a resilient MSME in Goa?
See, I feel that if you have to survive for forget about 2 decades, even for a couple of years,
Right.
in a very competitive market, which is India, everywhere across the world, I think you have to be consistent with your product and service. I think that is one thing which you cannot compromise on. So what consistency does is that it brings you the customer loyalty, the brand loyalty. So it's like going to a restaurant when you must have experienced this, that you're going to a particular restaurant throughout, your entire life.
Right.
And you know that taste. you know the taste of that particular, your favorite dish, or the way the cook prepares it, which you don't get anywhere else.
Right.
You go back to the restaurant for the consistency.
Right.
You want the same dish again. You want to enjoy that dish. You want to
Right.
savor that same moment, that memory is what you have.
Right.
So that's what happens with the customers. A customer, human beings are creature of habits. We want the same taste, we want the same consistency. That is what is expected from the product which you're dealing with. So now,
And it doesn't matter which product.
Doesn't matter which product. Now, we are supplying building materials in Goa, in Goa's market since 2004. We have the same customer. Because Goa is not such a big place.
Right.
The reason why we are surviving is because we have repeat customers.
Right.
So they are so used to our quality, our consistency. They know that this is a no-nonsense product. So they are paying for it, but they know that, okay, it's a tried and tested product. Some of our product which we have supplied is there existing even after 20 years. So no breakages, no wastage. When the customer sees this, he talks to 10 other people.
Right.
So that consistency in quality, I think my biggest learning in business is that you have to maintain that consistency. That is very important.
And is that why you went for the standards? You went for the BIS and the British standard?
Yes.
Or is it that, is that the other way around, that to maintain the quality you went for this?
I think it is imperative that you build systems in place. You have proper SOPs, standard operating procedures, when you're manufacturing something, and you empower the staff, the people. Okay, so they take the decision when it comes to quality.
Right.
Now, to put all this in practice, you need all these systems. So then we are talking about ISO. We are talking about BIS, British standard.
Right.
So all these help you to put these systems in place so that the product is manufactured with consistency.
And you've got 60 Goan laborers. I hear a lot of people complaining about the Goan work culture. What is it you have done differently to be able to maintain this consistency, quality, scale with the same kind of people that other people grumble about?
If you ask me, frankly, I would prefer hiring a Goan worker.
Okay.
Goan staff.
And why?
Because yes, I want to explain, because it's such an important point, because we tend to compare our Goan workers with the migrant laborers.
Right.
There's a big difference. These migrant laborers, they come, they work for 12 hours, 16 hours. They want that work.
Right.
Because they come here and work only for a certain period of time, say 5 or 8, 6 months or 8 months, they work here. They earn money and they go back to their villages. So they have come here not for anything else. They just want maximum working hours. And then what happens is we get used to that style of working.
Right.
But that doesn't buy you the loyalty. That doesn't get you the quality.
Right.
What it gets you in your manufacturing lineup is fatigue. So
very important insight.
I'm telling you, I have suffered because of this in my manufacturing setup as well. So I feel that the Goan labor, he wants a proper work environment. You have to give him a good. He wants his 1 hour of break for his lunch. He wants tea breaks in between. And then he likes to work in a flat organization structure. You have to understand what the Goan worker wants. And then when you give him all this, and then when you say that, okay, I will incentivize you, you're doing this 8 hours of work. We are not telling you to do overtime or anything. But then you work in a
Little
more productive
better.
way, and we give you an incentive per unit, that is where he picks up.
Right, right.
And then
Very
the kind
interesting.
of loyalty which the Goan worker will give you, and the mind he puts, you have to listen to the Goan workers, because I have done so many improvements. I've saved costs in my manufacturing, because these people have come up with ideas.
Ideas.
The
But-
migrant laborers are not bothered.
But that's because of your attitude, Nitin. I mean, people don't listen to ideas from bottom.
Yeah, I mean, this is something which I learned over a period of time, Brian. It didn't come naturally to me. In fact, I've stopped shouting at my laborers. I used to, it used to be so frustrating sometimes, when things are not going your way, you're not getting money on time, the delivery is not happening on time. So you just blow off on the workers,
Right.
and, shout at them and everything. But I realized that is not gelling with the way Goans work. The Goan laborers they don't like to be yelled at.
Yeah, no.
That's the last thing you do.
They take it to heart.
They take it to heart. They take it to heart because they feel
Yeah.
it's a good thing, when they work for something, when they do their job, and when you don't respect them, if you don't honor their skill or vocation, then they don't
I
stay in the
love
job.
how you grabbed the Goan work culture and then learned how to take it in a better. You also mentioned about payment cycles and how that gets frustrating. In a manufacturing setup, a lot of people face these cash flow cycles, and that's one of the most stifling aspects of manufacturing. How do you manage it?
Yeah, especially in building materials. Yes, because we supply to all government contractors, builders.
Wow.
And I mean, Middle East, it's like they start negotiations with 90 days and 120 days credit. But then, see, you have to draw a line somewhere. And we've been very clear since COVID 2020. I think that was one of the most important decisions which we have taken as an organization, is that we do not give credit. I mean, very rare cases, but then we are very clear that you want our product, we will give you the quality. This is the way you're going to save money over a period of time. This is how you're going to get the value. But these are our conditions. See, this is our pricing. We cannot go below this, and this is our credit terms.
Right.
We will not compromise on this. You want credit, okay? Then I have to charge you the interest, which my bank is going to charge me, and then I will not be able to give you that quality. I will not be able to negotiate with my vendors.
Right.
Because when you're paying me on time, I'm paying on time to my vendors, and then he gives me the best pricing,
And that's
which I pass it
that
on
full
to you.
cycle.
So we explain that to our customers.
No, this has been such an insightful chat. I don't know how time passed. It just seems like an eye blink.
Yeah.
A lot of insights that you have given. One last, very quick statement is: if a young entrepreneur wants to start a manufacturing hub in Goa, what would you tell him?
Well, I would say that you get into the grind. Okay, you have to dirty your hands and leave everything. It's a tough thing to do a manufacturing business in Goa, which doesn't have that manufacturing base as a state, and to be successful. I mean, it's very tough. So
Challenging,
you
yeah.
have to be all in.
Right.
There is no glamour in this,
Right.
but it's only the unglamorous businesses which make you money. I'm a firm
Interesting.
believer of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, you
Interesting.
have to be profitable. You want to be cash flow positive. Then you have to be consistently involved in the day-to-day running of the business to start with, before you delegate it to somebody else. Try to do small improvements every day.
Right.
That is the only way to be successful.
Thank you so much, Nitin. It was an amazing chat with you. A lot of insights, a lot of new perspectives that you've opened up today for me as well as for the viewers over there. I don't think 20 minutes or the time that we've had is sufficient to gain in the kind of experience that you are coming out with and the insights that you're coming up with. I think, especially after talking to four interesting people like you, I must have another longer version of this.
It was my
podcast.
pleasure, but I hope I made that 20 minutes worthwhile for you and
So
your
if we didn't
viewers.
realize the time, then I think that is it. Thank you very much for coming onto this show and
Thank you.
giving your valuable time and your insights. Thank you very much, Nitin.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.